Welcome back, guys, to the Culturally Distinct podcast. This is your boy Black Adam. I'm back. As you can see, I'm in a different setup today, right? I'm in a setup of a fancy, pantsy, artsy fartsy place, and I just thought this would be a good place to shoot this particular show. We're going to get to the guests in a second, but before then, I'd like to give a big shout out to my sponsors, Call Audio. Thank you about sponsors for sponsoring the show. Thank everybody who subscribed to the show. I appreciate you guys. Guys, as you know, it's holiday season coming up, and when this show airs, Christmas is going to be right around the corner, which is on the 25th. This is going to air on the 23rd, I believe. Then New Year's is going to proceed after that. Everybody that will be experiencing Christmas, I wish you guys a happy, merry, lovely Christmas, and hope you get everything that you asked for. And going into the new year with resolutions that you're not going to go to the gym for two days or 2 weeks and revert back, you know what I'm saying? So, but Merry Christmas to everybody. But back to what I was saying originally, you see where I am. I'm in a different place, a different studio. I'm in a humble abode of my guest. You know, I feel like honored because I'm in a place where people call their home their sacred space, right? And I was welcomed to the home. I feel like I'm at home. You got extra room? So but look, everybody, y'all know this individual. Y'all seen her in Houston. She used to be outside. She's no longer outside. She's kept.
Yeah.
Kept. So, but everybody that knows her and everybody that don't know her, I want to introduce Miss Brandi Holmes-Denison. Hey, I said that right? Denison. Yeah.
We've added a name. Added
a name. So shout out to everybody that got married in the last year, because this is something new for you. You're finding things out about your partner, about yourself. You're learning new things. And we're going to talk about that because you know, this is the year, I believe, this is the year of, like the pastors say, the year of Jubilee. The new beginnings.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Is that what they're saying?
No, I'm not making this a spiritual thing now. It's still ratchet now.
Oh, Lord.
The year of Jubilee, where things are made new, right? So before we get into that, I want to ask you, Brandi, how are you doing? First and foremost.
I am amazing. I know that's a short answer.
Yeah.
But I'm amazing. You know, life is good right now. Good inside and outside.
Good. Yeah, we haven't been seeing you. We've been missing you. We haven't been seeing you outside.
No, I'm not outside.
Yeah. So I want to ask you this. Going into the first question, you know. Can I cross my legs on this? I want to cross my legs.
Yes, please.
So I've been having a lot of conversations lately. Like really, with a lot of single women, single men. You know, you have these conversations where some people are bitter, or some people want a relationship. I was actually recently talking to my doctor, and she was saying that a lot of her friends started dating online.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And because they're looking for love. Right? So you found love. Right? Everybody know, you know the story, the backstory. I don't want to get into that, but you are recently, a year, right?
January will be 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, next month.
2 years. Oh, wow, that's fast.
I know, right?
Man, that ran by fast.
I know.
Geez, 2 years?
2 years, January 14th.
So you got remarried.
Yes.
And a lot of people like myself, let me go to the original question because I'm going back to that. So how did you find new love?
You know, I wasn't searching.
Okay.
I just think new love found me. And for me, this is not brand new. This is somebody that I knew actually before my ex-husband.
Okay.
From being on the music scene, of course. Introduced originally in church. And so just, hey, this is somebody who is a musician, she sings, she's this around, and then just being out in the music scene, seeing him in the music scene. But I went off and married, someone else, and then this person came back around. But when I had first met him, I was like, something's interesting about him. But, not the right timing.
Right.
Two great people, just not the great time. So it became the right time after divorce, after healing, after therapy, and really facing myself.
So how did you revert back to that person? Because some people that had an original love, right? He's like, okay, I know how to do that. I know how to be a wife. I know how to be a a caretaker, not even a caretaker, but just somebody that is a person that likes to give. How did you revert back to that place?
To the place of giving?
Yes.
I never stopped giving.
Because some people are like super selfish when
They're single?
when they're married or in a relationship for long term and go back to single.
No, I remain the same. When I was getting a divorce, like when I knew I was going to get a divorce, I was ready to be married. Not ready in the sense of I got to go and find a new man right away.
Okay.
But I wanted the institution of marriage. I liked what it stood for. I just didn't do it right the first time, but I liked what I knew it could be.
Okay.
So I wasn't bitter about divorce. I was just ready to get out of it so I could get to the other side. So even in my singleness, I remained who I was. I didn't stop giving. I took myself out on a date every single Friday.
Okay. So
I still moved forward and I did have to go through a healing phase though, because there was some things I had to discover. One, I didn't really love myself like I thought I did. So I had to discover that and face that and be like, dang, you've been lying to yourself for a long time.
Oh, I'm gonna get into that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna get into that.
Of course you are. So I had to face that and, heal some things and clean up some things, but I remained the same person in the sense of giving and being loving and, doing what I should do. Just I did it for myself.
Okay, that's good. You dated yourself. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. I was telling someone, I was telling a good friend this, it was yesterday actually. I said, how can you do for someone you can do for yourself? In terms of just emotionally.
Yeah.
Not even just giving, emotionally. If you can't see yourself emotionally and giving back to yourself, how can you give to somebody else?
Right.
Right. And a lot of people don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So that's good. So now I'm glad you said that about the therapy thing and discovering the baggage. I'm gonna use this word, the delusion. I'm sorry.
The delusion. Yeah.
The delusion.
Break it down, Adam. Break it down.
Because I think some people are delusional when it comes to themselves. Right?
In which way? Like, give an example.
Like, if they treat people certain ways, they don't see it until you record them and they see it. It was like.
You mean in the sense of when they treat them badly?
Yes.
Okay. They're delusional, thinking they're doing one thing great, but they're really doing it. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that discovery.
Yeah.
What did that? Take me on that journey, that discovery journey. Like, when did you find out? He's like, wow, it's me.
Well, for me, I actually did two therapists. I did a female and I did a male.
Okay.
Because I wanted two different perspectives
Okay.
on it. And what my male therapist really gave me back confidence and strength in who I am as a female. My female therapist made me recognize who I am and what I'm giving off as a female. So he gave me that like, you're the queen, you're da 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 da, and she just gave me, okay, you're Brandi Holmes. What does that look like?
Correct.
Like, really diving, deep into it. And I realized that I was, kind of doing that fake it till you make it type living, being something that I aspired to be, but really wasn't authentically that person, being around certain people that I thought would.
I want you to dive deep in that. What you mean?
I had lived in the delusion of wanting to be relationship goal status. And I thought that looked like money. I thought you had to hit hard on Instagram. I thought you had to have a certain status in your attire, your bags, your cars, that there was an element to relationship goals was all about your physical, what you had going on. Are you that boss couple, and so I compromised a lot of who I was to have that look. And in that I lost, myself, and I was accepting way less than what I would ever take now that, I know what true love is. And that's why you don't see my husband all over my social media now, because it's not about that.
Right.
The first time I was living out loud because I felt like I was having to prove that I was what y'all thought I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I had to, now I'm like, I know what it is.
Right.
I don't care what you think it is. Like, I don't have to prove it to nobody. But no, the society, you'll allow, especially in our culture, if you watch certain reality shows, and which is what I was doing, feeding myself with a lot of junk, you will start losing yourself.
Yeah.
Because you'll start wanting to be what you see. And so I had to cut a lot of stuff off. TV, friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So that's I never heard a woman. First of all, thank you for your accountability, being accountable and being transparent, because that's I never heard a woman say that out loud.
Really?
Never. That's my first time, first time hearing a woman say that out loud, because a lot of things that I think that some couples go through are just people. They go through, a lot of people aren't accountable for their actions, right? So that stigma or that ideal that you think people want, or that bag or that car or that status symbol, a lot of look at, okay, well, I have this, and they look at, I want to say it's their own insecurity to a degree, or whatever they're trying to validate.
Yeah.
Because they want people to think they're, for whatever reason.
Right.
Right? But I appreciate that transparency. So in doing that, so you say you cut off some friends. What about family?
I didn't, my family dynamic is interesting. Like, I'm really, really close to my dad. I speak with my sister. Me and my mom are not that close. Cousins and stuff, we talk when we talk.
Okay.
But I don't really my family is not my go-to for my personal, issues and problems. No. And the people that were that, they're no longer here. My aunt and my grandmother are no longer here. They would have been my go-to. So once I lost that, family wasn't really who I run to.
So would you say you're trying to find Brandi in that process after the divorce?
Yes. And so my run to was therapy and God.
Okay.
I no longer started sharing personally with people because I needed to only hear one voice. And so it was the voice of God, and I needed to figure out who Brandi truly, authentically is. And I had to go all the way back. A lot of the stuff stems from childhood that you don't even know that you're bringing into your adulthood. You don't know this suppressed feelings and experiences and triggers. And so I guess for me and for our culture, period, we don't like going through that pain of the discovery. And so we just will, cover it up with things. We'll cover it up with the club, with bottles, with vacations, whatever the case may be, because we just don't even want to face it. And I never wanted to attract what I had attracted. So I was like, I don't care how bad this hurts, I'm doing the work.
Wow. Yeah. But the good thing is you wanted something, you still wanted it. You wanted marriage.
Yes.
Again. Yeah. But you realized that you didn't want marriage like you had it.
Right.
Right. So you discovered something inside of you. So you know what? I can't do the same things I did to get a different result.
Right.
So you changed it up. That's good. I need people to hear that because that's important.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Right.
Isn't that insanity if you do something multiple
over and
times?
over again, expecting different results? Yeah. So, I cold turkey. You're not going to find me at these spots.
I was about to say, if y'all smoking hookah every day, you're not going to find them. I'm just saying. But that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. What's the biggest adjustment that you made since you've been this person?
Cutting off the TV. I was a TV junk watcher.
Really?
Oh my gosh. I watched all the Real Housewives of everything. The Basketball Wives of this. The Love and Marriage of that.
Why?
Empty, sad.
Well, why?
Because, you are watching this and you're seeing they're going on these luxury vacations. They have these husbands, these wives. They're, going on these shopping experiences. Okay. And then you're just like, what am I doing with my life?
Okay. So
like,
you just
why
compare
am I
it,
not
basically.
there? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And, wishing, and then it gave me something to gossip about. Like when I'm doing my clients, I was able to talk about what such and such is doing on the Real Housewives, and because I had nothing else going on to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So it gave me a sense of like a community because, I was hanging around with that same mindset. We're talking about people instead of talking about goals.
Yes.
And I had, it shifted. So cutting the TV off was huge for me.
TV, wow, that's heavy, yeah.
Because what you intake is what's going to come out.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually, yeah.
So if you're just watching TV and you're watching series, I would watch Netflix. I'd be up to 4 a.m. talking about one more episode.
Well, it goes both ways too.
Yeah.
Like say if you go to a church, that's like a culty church, it's gonna come out that way too.
Yeah.
Because like you said, whatever you intake, it's gonna eventually come out. I want to fast forward. Friends, the friends that been knowing you for years, right? They're like sisters. Did you cut some of them off?
Not cut them off to where it's like a bitter ending. No, there have been some associates.
No access.
Yeah, or limited access. Now, friends for me is such a loose. I don't call a lot of people friends.
Okay.
So I have a lot of people that I know and a lot of people that know me.
Yeah.
The people that I know and know me, have I cut off a lot of them? Absolutely. Yes. Majority. And not in a bad way. Not that they're bad people, wrong people. not even that they did me wrong. It's that I needed something different. And
So
I knew
Brandi
if
Holmes
I
acting funny.
Some people would say that.
Because I can see that. Not
Yeah.
not for Brandi, but I could see if I've been hanging out with you, we've been doing this, going
Yeah.
places, going on vacation here and there, and all
Right.
of a sudden you distancing yourself from me. Girl, she acting funny, girl.
Yeah.
So has that? I'm just saying. So does that? How does that look? Like how is that communication? Like how
Well,
does that
nobody's
take
ever
place?
said it. Nobody's ever called and said, where you been? You acting funny, because there has not been any fallout. Haven't
Okay.
fallen out with anybody. I just adjusted where I go, who I talk to, what conversations I have.
Yeah.
So yes, if you're calling me with a gossip conversation, I'm no longer available for those type of
Really?
conversations. Yeah.
What?
So eventually those people
Wow.
will stop ringing your phone because you now have a boundary on what you will intake.
Okay.
So, I mean, those relationships have fallen to the wayside. And then if I'm just not in the space anymore, if I'm not going to those clubs or going to that event
Yeah.
or buying a ticket for that empowerment brunch, then I'm just not in the room.
Yeah.
Because I nothing came from those rooms for me. And so I had to adjust completely.
Okay. So now prior to you getting married, what space did you put yourself into to say, I want a new husband emotionally? Because now remember, you're coming out of one situation and toxic situation, right? Now you're going into self, you're by yourself, and then you're going through discovery, which I will say this is a whole toxic phase, right? So now how does that look when making a decision and saying, I want to be married again, but what does that look like? Like what was that mindset?
Well, I just kept myself open. There was never, I think what happens with a lot of people is we think that we need years of healing.
Okay.
And my thing is why is it that we pray to God when somebody is sick? Like say you were physically sick, you had cancer or something like that, and we're praying to God that it's going to be immediate healing, and we want a supernatural miracle, and we want but then when we're hurt, we got to take years for God to heal our heart. Like that's not comparable. We can't pray that he's an immediate healer and then not transfer that exact same thing with our heart. So I really told God, I got 2 months. I got 2 months to grieve. And my grieving, when I say I did therapy for over a year, but that 2 months of waking up sad, crying, why me? What did I miss? I only gave that 2 months.
2 months, okay.
I put a time on it. And actually beat it 2 days before the 2
right.
month mark. I just woke up one morning and I said, boom, we back.
Yeah.
Right. Now let's get to the healing. So when it came time to be open to marriage, I was just like, listen, I'm not going to let one monkey stop a show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know what God promises. And I know when he said whatever 2 or 3 are gathered. So I know what can happen in marriage.
Yeah.
And I wanted that. I wanted what my life was going to look like with 2 godly people coming together. What does that produce? And so I wasn't going to allow the enemy to steal that from me.
Good.
And I think people do that.
That's good. So now, married. Now married, went through the process, married. But now, the reality is you with another person.
Yeah.
From another background,
Right.
from other experiences, from other thought processes and everything. That adjustment. How did that, even though it's being married, it's a continuous adjustment.
Yeah, forever.
But I'm saying that initial adjustment.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I mean, I don't really know what did you do. You just kind of get in it,
Okay.
and it's really a day by day because nothing is smooth. Nothing.
I'm saying that because it's some things that you're not going to allow.
Well, those things are spoken of before.
Okay.
It's even a serious dating type situation.
Gotcha.
Like this is what I've come from, but what I did learn is not to divulge it all, not to throw it up all. But there was my 2: no cheating, no beating. That was my main 2. And to say, there's a lot of stuff that I can deal with, illnesses, financial stuff, and all that kind of stuff that most people will leave because women are leaving men because of finances.
Oh yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
And so, but that was my thing. But I made sure that I married somebody completely and totally different. Somebody who came from a 2-parent household, came from preachers just like I did, saw what marriage is. Parents been married 46 years, grandparents married over 60 years,
Okay.
aunt, uncle married 40 something years,
Blueprint.
sister was, yes,
Yeah.
had, that I watched Faithful in church every single Sunday. I watched what was playing in his car. When I got in the car, what's on? It's either podcast, gospel music, silent, it's not just like ratchetness.
Yeah.
What is he putting in his spirit? Because what I had learned at that point is whatever you intake is what's going to come out.
Absolutely.
So I paid attention to what he was intaking to see, okay, is this something that, I can take seriously? So when it came time, we're married, now we're married is day one and all that. It's his first marriage, my second marriage.
Yeah.
He's younger, I'm older. So we were more so dealing with that dynamic of like the age difference, because there's things that I know that he don't know. There's things that, he knows that I don't know. And so it was just more in that growth. But as far as being equally yoked, we was right. We was good on that. We knew that,
Okay,
that
so
God had to be the beginning, the center, and the end.
Got you.
So whenever things got rocky, it was like, go back to the directions.
Good.
Go back to the manufacturer of the
Good.
both of us.
That's good. That's good
Yeah.
because that's a word for somebody. Again, I don't want to get it super spiritual because
I don't know why you hate getting spiritual.
Nah, it's not that. I just got to keep it mild because
Why?
Because I don't want to tag it with nothing. You know what I'm saying? I keep it neutral. But no, that's important because I know a lot of women, they want marriage. Like they want marriage. They want to bypass the relationship and they want marriage. And they want it bad.
Yeah.
Because they see, couples out holding hands or,
That was my first reason. Yeah, I
You
got
know what I'm
married in
saying?
4 months. From meeting and being married was 4 months.
Wow.
I wanted it bad.
Wow. Can a person really want marriage that bad?
Yeah, I did it.
Really?
Yeah. I was
don't understand
36,
that.
about to be 37 years old. It's different from men.
What's the rush?
See, women, society has put that whole thing, babies, time, that whole thing. And then I had been living on my own since 20, and I was like, I just want some help. Like, can somebody just take maybe a bill,
Okay. Yeah, that makes
off
sense.
the table,
That makes sense.
So, and then you're rushed because you see everybody else around you getting it.
Yeah.
And so when it does finally come, you're like, okay, I'm just go ahead and do it, and then we just gonna make it work while I'm in it. Whatever it is, we just gonna figure it out while in.
Yeah.
And that's where we mess up. We don't take the time to make sure, see that person in every season. And I'm not talking spring, winter, summer, fall. See them sick, see them mad, see them happy, see them angry, see them when they lose somebody in their family. See them in every season of their life before you say, yeah.
How does love look in every season?
Oh my gosh, it's so up and down. It's insane.
Now, the reason why I use love, because things happen.
Right. And it's not just love. How does unconditional love look
Yes.
in every season?
Yes.
Because, see, a lot of us are moving with conditional love. And unconditional love hurts.
Explain.
Yeah.
Don't you explain that?
It
What you mean
hurts.
by that?
I mean, because you are unconditionally loving somebody. So even when they have wronged you, when they have, if you say I unconditionally love you and you got the agape love, like that means you are riding. Now, you don't do it to the point of disrespect to where, if they are hitting or beating you, or cheating, okay, you don't, there's a point where you draw the line. But there is, moments where they may not do what you've asked them to do. Like, hey, you keep running around the streets and I told you to call me. This is a trigger for me. So when I don't know where you at, and then I'm the call, and I think you're here, you there, da da da, and they may not. They're learning that because when you're new to a marriage, you have to learn that there's now somebody that cares about you that you have to be accountable to.
Yes.
When you're single, you don't have to call and check in. You don't have to say, hey, I'm about to go stop by here. But when you got a wife or a husband
you
at
better
home,
call. She gonna call you.
They gonna call you. And then if you say, oh, I'm at such and such, well, I thought you was at da. What if something happened? Then I would have been going to such and such, and you went. So it's just those things that you have to learn at the beginning. But see, most people would just bow out.
Yes.
And there's unconditional love means through it all.
Yeah. Unconditional love. I know my experience when I was married. Unconditional love, it gets on your nerves.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why you keep calling me? I just told you I'm coming. Even though I don't come right then and there. It might be an hour or so before I get there.
Right.
And then it's a
Chew it at 'em.
problem. And then it's a problem.
Yeah.
I'm like, but no, it's a lot of work though.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of endurance and it's a lot of work.
And it's a lot of thinking about the other person first.
Yes. And that's something you have to learn. I had
See,
to
me and my
learn.
husband, we're still in counseling.
Okay.
So we did premarital counseling before we got married, and then our counselors asked for us to stay in it every 3 months for the first 2 years.
Okay.
Because that's the adjusting period. You're coming off the wedding, you're coming off the high, right? Everything's
Yes.
good. Now you're starting to merge things, you're starting to merge accounts, you're starting to realize, oh, your bills ain't on auto pay. So that's why this is late. Oh, you don't like them pulling money out your account? Like, you start realizing
Yeah.
all those things. So you still got to go through counseling because it's merging these two mindsets, together. It doesn't mean something's wrong. It just means that you're staying ahead of something. You don't let this stuff pile up and
So
build up.
study shows that the first 5 years of any new relationship, not just marriage, but business,
Yeah,
anything, it takes 5 years for everything to kind of level out.
I've heard that.
5 years. So if you could make it through that fifth year,
Yeah.
you should be all right. Of course, there's learned lessons and it's things
Yeah.
that you have to approach differently. But when it comes to like two different people, two backgrounds, and they wanted to figure it out, it's just going to take time to smooth out.
Right.
Yeah.
And you just got to be willing to marry that person at every stage because you're going to evolve. I'm a different person from when he first met me. He's
Yeah,
different from when I first met him.
I want to get into that evolution.
Yeah.
So, and that was one of my original questions, but I didn't want to ask it too early before I got into it. The evolution, because I met you, I want to say 3 years ago, 4 years ago,
Yeah, probably about 4.
right?
Yeah.
And when I met you, I believe were you married? No, you was probably coming out. I don't know. It was
I was
in that
coming out.
process.
I was done.
It was coming out there, yeah. So, but I see the evolution
Yeah.
because I didn't see you as often, and I know you like to talk a lot. I didn't see you talk to a lot, and a lot of your friends I've seen out without you, and I was like, "Man, where Brandi at?" It was like, "Oh, she's at home." So, talk about the evolution of Brandi.
It's great.
Okay.
I freaking love it here. And one reason why is because I am now truly loving myself.
Okay.
What I was doing before was just kind of masking and just telling people I love myself. Because see, if you can put on makeup and a fresh outfit, that's like you put intention into yourself. Most people will be like, she got it together.
Yeah.
But on the inside, you can be, truly dying. But now I have started a new business that has gotten me around just higher thinkers, people that talk about goals and wealth and, investments and legacies. And so it just has me thinking way different. Of course, with the husband I have now in the gym, which the gym is a mental shift as well, because you have to make up in your mind
That you got to go.
Yes. And that your health is that important, that
Absolutely.
you push through pain.
Yes.
And that's a lot.
Every day.
Mental work is
every day.
Right,
Yeah.
every day. So, but that helps you in just your everyday life, because one thing that he is adamant on is like, you're not working out for your 40-year-old self. You're working out for your 80-year-old self. You want to be able to get in and out of your car. You want to be able to go to the grocery store, bend down and tie your shoe. You don't want to be on a walker. You want to, so you have to think that, yes, I'm pushing through this pain, but it's for the future me. And it's the same thing even with my business. It's all of this growth is for the future me. So the evolution is great because I didn't have a plan. The old Brandi didn't have a plan.
Okay.
She was a makeup artist. Clients booked weekly. She did it. She spent money. She went out to eat. She went on vacation, But she didn't have a plan. There was no legacies. There was no, I done added so many insurance policies now.
Yes.
I'm playing in the stocks.
Yes.
I'm doing stuff that there was no plan. And so I'm grateful that I actually had a girlfriend pull me. She took me to lunch. She said, listen, you done got married now. What's next? We got to get it together. Like,
real.
what's your plan?
That's
What's
real.
next? Yeah. And she is my coach in my new business. And she said, just allow me to coach you for 1 year. And in 1 year, we was at 6 figures residually. So I was like, I like it here. Now I want to help a whole bunch of people do the same thing.
That's good. So you know what's funny about me listening to that? I believe there is no mistakes in life, right? It's always a greater good, and it's always a learned lesson in life, right? So that first situation probably led you to this situation.
It did.
So some people say, you know what? I'm bitter or I'm mad at my first. It's like, nah, thank you. I appreciate it because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have got to the place where I am now.
Right.
Right.
And if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't have got to the place they're at now.
Absolutely.
So everything is for a
together.
reason, a season, a lifetime, whatever the case may be. But you have to look at everything, good or bad. What is the lesson in this?
That's right.
Why am I here? Why did I go through this?
Right.
And at first, of course, you'll be mad and you're angry. But I am so grateful and thankful because even in that, God kept me. Didn't get pregnant, no diseases, didn't go to jail. Even in all that could have happened, God still covered.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I came out stronger and just wiser, and came out having to face myself. And I think if you keep running from yourself, you're going to keep running into the same situation.
Okay. Give me three non-negotiables that you used to have that you don't have no longer.
3 non-negotiables that I used
to have that you no longer have.
Oh my gosh.
You know, some people say, I ain't never doing this. I ain't gonna never do non-negotiable. I ain't never. 3 things that you used to have.
Oh,
that do you no longer.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this. Now that I've been through it, I used to say I would never stay with a man who cheated. Not that that's the situation, but I just, now that I have seen it, I know how broken somebody has to be. And see, but therapy is, people that do that, there's something that they need to fix that they're lacking. You know what I'm saying? There's a greed side there that they have to grow out of and elevate from. So I now understand that coming out of that.
Okay.
Because it's not that y'all are just out here just wanting to just be dogs, or do y'all?
Well, I can't speak for nobody. I'm a faithful man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a faithful man.
Are you, Adam?
I'm a faithful man.
So you don't want to confess to your viewers today anything?
Everybody knows me. When y'all see me, y'all be like, hey guys, y'all all right? Good to see y'all.
I'm joking. I don't know anything, so don't be like they must have. No, right. We have not.
No. No, but honestly, I think for some men of a certain age, because when you're younger, you know, you have a lot of stamina, energy. At a certain age, you don't really have time for that.
Right.
Because you don't have no time for BS.
Well, you would hope.
Well, let's say this. You have time for what you make time for.
Yeah.
All right. So if it's chasing whatever, that's what you want to do, but you still have a time limit on doing it, because you got to get to what you need to get to. What's a priority, right? Your kids, money, business, or whatever that may be. You might, slip out every now and then, but that's not a priority. But to answer your question, I think some men do it, but I think a lot of men, they do it just because it's for a hobby. It's just like,
and I remember one of my exes saying, you're only as faithful as your options.
Absolutely.
Of course, he had no spiritual foundation, and wasn't committed to God. Because if you fear God first and the consequences that He will dish out, you tend to walk a little bit of a tighter rope.
Yeah.
But when you don't really account to God, then you're kind of, so if your options are plentiful, then you are out there plentiful. But I don't think every man cheats. And I think a lot of women, we deal with men as if every man cheats.
Yeah.
But that used to be one of my things.
Okay.
Like, I'm out, But now I think I have a little bit more compassion for people who make mistakes.
Okay.
So there's a difference in making a mistake and making it your lifestyle.
Right. Doing
Right.
it consistently.
Yeah. And
Right.
so I came from a repeat offender.
Okay.
And so that was not mistakes. That was lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
So at that point, got to go. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So now you mentioned spirituality a lot, right? Have you guys ever had a disagreement in terms of a context in the Bible or some type of spiritual lesson?
Yes.
And what was it?
About Israel.
Okay.
Because if you follow me
okay.
on social media, you know that I am not a fan.
Okay. What's going on right now?
Of Israel, but I think a lot of Christians will kind of confuse that scripture about how, basically that's God's people.
Holy land,
And I just had to have a conversation and say that is not, Israel does not mean the physical geography, the location,
the place.
Israel. Israel is us.
Okay.
The people that believe in God. Whoever have chose to be born again and follow Jesus. He said, follow me. That is who God's chosen people are. It's not them that live in that territory. And so it wasn't that it was an argument. It was just like, you view it this way. And I get it because that's what we've been taught. We come from an old school of pastors. But I have just had to, on some text, re-raise myself and my thinking and ask for the Holy Spirit to give me my own understanding.
Okay.
And so from what I see coming out of Israel, a lot of them people, from what I believe, ain't gonna make it.
Okay. Because a lot of, just to speak, I don't want to be speaking on them. I was just saying, I might well. A lot of Jewish people come from there.
Yeah.
And the world is ran by Jewish people. And a lot of crooks are Jewish.
Right.
That come from Israel.
Right.
So, and they commit a lot of crimes.
Right.
They're from Israel.
Right.
Even though they have the Gaza Strip and the Holy Land and all that stuff, but it's
It's about the people. It's about the heart. Now, I don't care if you Jew, Muslim, whatever you may be.
Yeah.
If you're good to people, and, I know everybody is like, well, Jesus is the way and God is the way, and that I do believe. But are you treating people the way whoever you follow said to treat them? And at the end of every religion, love is what it's based on.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the
I don't care,
outcome.
even Scientology.
Yeah.
It's love
at
is
the
the
end of the
base.
day.
So if you are moving in any type of hate, then whoever you're praying to, believing in, you're not even following that teaching. So I'm judging you off of that, not if you're saying Allah, Buddha, or whatever the case may be.
So should married people only hang with married people? Your opinion? Because you have a lot of single friends now.
I battle with this.
You have a lot of single friends.
I do.
Now. A lot.
And they're all beautiful. So if anybody's out there looking for, I'm always trying to drop a plug for
all her friends are single. I think all of them.
They're all single. Well, the ones that you see.
Okay.
Because when I'm outside with my single friends.
Right.
If I'm on vacation, you're on vacation with your married friends.
Oh,
so it's a little, yeah. So I battle with this a little bit because I know I've told my husband, listen, you can't be hanging with your single friends like that.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
and I think part of it is, and it's horrible to say, but I'm going to go ahead. Maybe I got to work on this part. Men tend to be a little bit more
friendly.
Right. As a single, like if you were a married man with your single friends,
okay.
Men are the ones that are aggressor. They're the ones picking up the girl. They're the ones buying the drink. They're the ones, hey, bro, can you be the da-da-da, go tell that girl that I'm in, so now you got my husband involved in trying to hook you up with somebody you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's different for women. So when we're out with the single whatever, the man is usually approaching the single friend or whatever. And there's sometimes, but I will say this, the majority of the time for me and my husband now, when we are hanging with our single friends, it's us together with that single friend. Okay. So if it's my single girlfriend, she's just going to be the third wheel of the party. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And then when I hang with his single male friend, they're the third wheel of the party.
Yeah, that's interesting because I know when I was married, well, actually it was funny. All our friends knew each other.
Oh, your single friends?
Yeah.
But they never were together?
Like we all went to school together.
Oh, okay.
And then when we transitioned to Houston, it's like, we all still knew each other, but we all knew each other.
Yeah. So y'all all hung together.
Yeah.
Y'all were just the married couple amongst the friend group.
Yeah. But we all it's weird because she knew some of my friends before I knew them, vice versa.
Okay.
But over time we became, it's weird. I guess we had a blended friendship.
Yeah. Well, that's what it should be.
Yeah.
She should know your single friends as her friend. Oh, the women.
The women. I'm talking about not men, women. Actually, what's funny, most of my women friends now is friends with her and not friends with me no more.
After y'all divorced?
Yeah. That's weird.
That's that girl power, that girl code.
I'm like, you're supposed to be my friend. I knew you before her.
That's girl code.
But no, what it was, I think we had a strong union. And our family, our tribe was just strong like that. And so they just remained the same. They didn't change. But since we was divorced, I guess, some people think divorce is ugly and but our divorce wasn't like that.
Wasn't ugly.
Nah, our divorce was,
cool.
Yeah, super cool.
Because y'all are still cool.
Oh yeah, super cool.
Yeah, so see, that's the difference.
Yeah.
I guess every situation is different. Now, my husband really doesn't have a lot of single female friends. Now, he is a trainer, so he has female clients. Majority of his clientele is female. And if and when they do call, they're on speakerphone. Okay. And not, he just puts them on speakerphone. You know what I said? So, but I'm very vocal and I have a discerning spirit. So, and I dream. Okay. So I've shared already. I'm like, something's not right here. Something's not. And then what I love is that our counselor told him, whenever she feeling some certain way or whenever she says something, just believe it and go with it. Okay. Said because you will never, and she will never understand that gift of the discerning spirit, but it will always be right. Okay. So I'm glad that he accepted that as truth and he doesn't buck.
That's good. That's good. But it goes back to what you said earlier. If your partner didn't understand that spiritual side of it or discerning side, he wouldn't understand that. Right. They'll just keep going back and forth with it. Right. But he understands it. That's why that equally yoked is very important. It's very important. And I now, having both sides, can contest it is. Yeah. So give me three things. You and these threes. Yes, the threes, right? The birth, the death, the birth. Gosh. Christmas coming up, right? Give me three things that you cook now that you did. That I cook? Cook. Lord.
You know I don't really cook.
Oh my goodness.
And this is what I
Oh, my
love
goodness.
and praise God. Because my husband is a healthy eater, I
Okay.
can cook all the simplest stuff.
Salad is not cooking.
I know. And you know what? His family jokes to me and say, man, Brandi can cook a mean salad.
Oh, my
'Cause they
goodness.
all- No, but I am seriously just on the simple things. My fishes, my tilapia, my
Okay.
salmon, chicken. I recently got a pressure cooker, so now pot roast is on.
Where's your husband from?
Louisiana.
What part?
New Orleans.
So man
Yeah.
like to eat. You gotta learn how to
Yeah,
cook
but
some
no.
jambalaya.
He does not eat that unhealthy stuff.
Okay.
When I tell you he does not, like he may have a cheat day and he'll do a pizza.
Everybody from New Orleans eat cheating when they go home.
When they go home. Yeah, but that's not
Boudin,
often.
gumbo,
Oh
etouffee,
yeah. And
po' boy.
we hit New Orleans up. We get that for Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas. We'll get that. But on his everyday.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No.
It's healthy.
Very clean.
Okay.
Very clean. Yeah, like down to counting the calories, the macros,
Oh, wow.
the weighing
Oh, wow.
the food on
Yeah.
the scale. Yeah, and it's always asparagus and red potatoes and sweet potatoes and jasmine rice. Yeah.
Oh, it's discipline. Super
Yeah.
discipline. That's good.
Yeah.
Give
So
me
I'm glad.
give me some couple goals
Couple goals.
for 2026.
Ooh, get closer to God.
Okay.
Individually and together.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that's going to be one of my goals because right now he plays in church. He's a musician, so he plays in a church, but it's not a church that I attend. I still am in love with my pastor, Michael Todd, Transformation Church. I have grown the most just, from tuning in online. But my goal is for us to be in a,
Same church.
Yeah,
Yeah.
finding, something out here. But I'm glad that we both take our own spiritual walk very seriously.
That's
To
good.
where it's not like there's a beat missing.
Yeah, that's good.
And not to say that nothing's perfect, because we all know that, but definitely that, and then date, and it does not have to be outside the house.
Okay.
Sometimes, like we had a date night last night, and it was us watching the fight, watching the Dave Chappelle special, I had ordered some food and some daiquiris, and boom, that was date night.
Okay.
That is important. And then be partners instead of just spouses.
What you mean?
Like have a partnership. Like in my business, in his travel business, in my travel business, he's my partner. In his fitness business, I'm his partner.
Okay.
So when I'm at the gym and he's training, it's like I got the girls with me, he's got the guys. Even though I'm not a personal trainer, but he's telling me what to do, And then in the travel business with me, he tells about the travel business. He comes to convention and stuff like that. Like be partners, not just spouses.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I like that. Give me some for people that's going to watch and your friends are going to watch, women that admire you as an influencer, they're going to watch this. Give me some advice. Single woman. I'm a single woman. I'm doing all the things. I'm trying to get, I'm in the gym. I'm going to work. I'm being faithful. I'm doing all the things. And I want a man. Right? But I'm not going to seek a man. I'm going to, wait
Wanna
for a man.
attract a man.
Yes. How can I make myself attractive, or how can I make myself visible in Houston?
Like how can I make myself, like for somebody to see me?
Yeah. Especially if they see inside.
A single woman make themselves visible
Yes.
to basically be chose, is
Yes.
what you're saying. Ooh, see, because I don't really think I did that. I just really focused on being myself, loving myself. See, a lot of single people do not really love themselves, because if you're focused on that, then you're already out of alignment.
Okay.
Like you just really need to focus on you. I always tell women, start a business. So if they want, they can get in the travel business with me.
Okay.
Start
Okay.
a business. Take yourself on dates. I learned more about myself, because what that also allowed me to do is I didn't expect my husband to pay all the time, because I was used to paying and taking myself on a date. So if it was on a date, I'm like, okay, cool, I got
good.
it.
That's good.
You get comfortable with giving, because now you're giving to yourself. See, a lot of people will not take themselves on a date because they don't have nobody to pay for it. And so start taking yourself on a date. And I didn't sit at the bar. I would make a reservation.
Okay.
I would sit at a table. I would sometimes journal. At the
Intentionally
beginning, I
dating.
was journaling.
Yeah.
Journaling. And I would order, like if I was on a date, I'd get my appetizer, give me some cocktails, wine or whatever, and then go home. Or if I had a movie, I'd go to a movie, whatever the plan was.
Yeah.
But it was an intentional planned date, because you want to still keep that going when that man, like Josh knew, Fridays, this is what I do. I took myself on a date. So now we have date. Last night we had date night. So
That's good.
that's how Yeah.
That's good. I like that. I like that for women out here. I have advice for the men, but I'm gonna have men come on to, do that.
Please
thing.
bring on some sound men with some sound advice and wisdom, not none that's like, street wisdom. We don't need no more street wisdom. We're elevating, but we've done that.
Right.
We've had enough years of that.
I think the good thing is, you use the term elevation. I think a lot of people are elevating, and they've been through bad situations enough. They've been through too many bad situations. They don't want that no more.
Right.
So they say, I need to do something
But
new.
see, the way you don't get that anymore is you got to work on you.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
That's
See, a
right.
lot of people keep going through those same things, but they're never taking that break to work on them.
Yeah.
To get over one man, they're getting under a new one, and that ain't the answer.
That's real. I heard something from Mel Robbins the other day. She said that we marry our unresolved trauma in our childhood.
Yeah.
I was like-
Ooh, that's exactly what happened. First marriage. Now that you said that, that's
Yeah.
exactly.
Unresolved trauma.
Yeah.
So that's good. So, but we got to get out of here. So, Brandon, how can the people find you? What you got going on? I know you got 101 things going. So, how can they find you?
Of course, follow me on social media at Brandi Holmes, BrandiHolmes. You can also find me at CoachBrandiHolmes.com. And this is for my new business and the travel business, but I am helping individuals make and save money on travel.
Okay.
Earn some residual income. We all travel.
Yes.
But what we're doing is we're paying full price at travel. We're not making no money when we travel. I now make money when I travel. So I like to help people do the same thing. I told you about it because you went somewhere and you didn't get paid.
Yeah.
You went to a concert and didn't get paid.
Yeah.
You make money on that
Yes.
too.
Okay.
So that's it. Brandi Holmes, CoachBrandiHolmes.com.
CoachBrandiHolmes.com. Make sure you guys hit Brandi up. If you guys are you guys still at
Oh, we're still at Urban Smoke every single Wednesday
Yeah.
with the band, the Soul
Yes.
Sound Band.
Yeah. So make sure you
Yes.
guys make your way over there. Are they having something Wednesday?
For New Year's?
For
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas?
Christmas
Okay.
Eve. That's Christmas Eve.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Wednesday.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
Christmas
right.
Eve. Be there.
That's right.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Okay, guys, look, yes, right, because this is going to air Monday. So, yeah. So you guys be there. Make sure you hit Brandi up. Guys, y'all know where to find me. I'm culturally distinct everywhere. You see me in the streets. Y'all know we got the gala coming up. We sold out. We have no more tables. We've been sold out for like a month. So, guys, I'm going to see you guys. When you come to the Thompson Hotel, holler at me. If I see me in the street, say hello, whatever. I love you guys, man. Look, this is your boy Black Adam, Brandi Holmes. Thank you,
Denison.
Brandi. Denison. Brandi Holmes-Denison.
you get to ask that
That's right.
last.
That's right. Brandi Holmes-Denison. That's right. Holmes-Denison. All right. Make sure you guys hit Brandi up. Guys, I appreciate you guys. And every week, I love you guys, and you can't do nothing about it.